All right, so Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has ordered the U.S. Cyber Command to stand down from all planning against Russia. What the hell does that mean? So what it looks like is that we're standing down all offensive operations. They say that this does not apply to NSA or any of the signals intelligence work. But it's hard to ignore that the timing of this was right around kicking Zelensky out of the Oval Office and all of that. That initial article said that there was no clear timeline. This is a follow-up from the Washington Post. It says the pause is meant only to last as long as the negotiations between us and Russia and Ukraine continue. They go on to say it's not unusual to stop offensive operations in the middle of a high-level talk or similar engagements, but this is like a complete reversal from like 80 years of U.S. foreign policy. Here's a good point from that article. Russia continues to be one of the top cyber threats against the U.S., but maybe turning off cyber operations will avoid blowing up all the talks, and that's like a prudent tactical step. But if we take our foot off the gas pedal and they take advantage of it, we could be putting national security at risk. So I think the whole thing to agree or disagree with here is just Trump's stance on Russia in general. It seems like the cyber operations part might be blown out of proportion a bit, but what's not really blown out of proportion is just like pretending like Russia is not a cyber threat. They are the absolute bastion of cybercrime. They're one of the centers of gravity of ransomware. And here last week at the UN, a State Department official made a whole speech about cybersecurity and U.S. critical infrastructure and named countries like China, but completely omitted Russia. We've never pulled punches on Russia before. Many diplomats noticed this omission. Where this story gets really murky is that there's another report in The Guardian that says that CISA, the cybersecurity department, has been ordered to completely stand down as well. That's not just offensive operations. They say there's a verbal-only memo that basically nixed all Russia-related work at CISA. This would be ridiculous. But to get even murkier, CISA completely denies that that memo existed. But they just tweeted this, and they're like using the word fake like fake news is a little weird. They're also retweeting like political posts calling the Guardian article absolute garbage. This all smells a little funny to me. CISA's also like laid off a ton of people recently. This is a super complicated story that's a lot more nuanced than those headlines make it seem. A lot of people in info security were freaking out, myself included originally. I was like, oh, we're cooked. But the more I look into it, the more if we just start stopping these offensive things during negotiations, I don't know, but the CISA thing is crazy. I go into it a lot longer about what's actually going on and what the risks might be over on this video right here. Follow for more cybersecurity news.